of the biggest chefs in the world who shared the recipes that raised them. Our next guest was one of the worst cooks in America, appearing on season 11 of that show back in 2017. But that's okay, because he makes the perfect dinner party guest who always loves to dish. For 10 years, Carson Kressley has been a fan favorite judge on the Emmy-winning series RuPaul's Drag Race, which just wrapped up season 17. Take a look.
Is this couture or Ariete to wear? Because the finish is mind-blowing. I love all those kind of Art Deco chains and beads. I love the grommet details. And the earring is a little bit more 1960s London. But I think what really sold this look for me was your presentation. It is a master class in having stage presence.
On your nerves. On your nerves. Well, now Carson is spicing things up for the upcoming milestone season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Welcome back, TV personality, designer, New York Times best-selling author, and tastemaker, Carson Kressley.
Yes, that's me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love that you came out and sampled the honey bun, because you were on that show, America's Worst Cook.
I was.
And you said on a podcast, I'm not the best at preparing food, but I'm very good at eating food.
I am. So when I smelled those hot cross buns or whatever they are, I was like, they need me, please. Tamron's in danger. I must help.
I must help. Okay, so have you learned to cook since that episode or that show?
Yeah, I was very good at Worst Cooks in America because I was so terrible. But I learned so much. You know, you kind of go through a boot camp there, and just basics from doing all these Food Network shows about seasoning and salting your water and making sure all the same, when you chop your vegetables, that they're all the same size, like knife work. Just the basics, kind of, a meat thermometer.
A meat thermometer.
Who knew? Because I would, gather my friends and family around the table at holidays, and then I would food poison them all. So a meat thermometer saved not only my life, but my family.
Saved your life. Okay, so I love that, you grew up in Pennsylvania Dutch country.
I did, yes.
You said...
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah. I love it. You said your first word, look at this cute baby.
There I am.
Your first word wasn't mama or dada, it was fries?
Yeah, my first word was fries.
Fries.
We drove, allegedly, my mom said we were driving past McDonald's, and I was like 3 years old, and I just went flies. And she's like, excuse me? And then I could see the golden arches, and I knew that meant French fries, so.
Wow. It's crazy, because with all of the things that you do, the RuPaul Drag Race, I mean, when you look at the Mount Rushmore of all of these accomplishments. I love what you say about the show is that it just has an impact.
Yeah.
It does, in a way that people, I don't know, always realize.
Yeah, I've been so blessed, really, to work on two really important shows that embrace the LGBTQ community, and that was Queer Eye for the Straight Guy 22 years ago, and now the last 11 years on RuPaul's Drag Race. And what's so amazing about the show, because it streams all over the world, and you can watch the show from Milwaukee to Madagascar, people all over the world, especially young people, might see some people like themselves and see them not only being just tolerated, but being celebrated.
Being celebrated.
And I think that's so important.
I'm always curious, what makes you a good judge? What do you think is your talent as a judge?
Well, I'm very observant.
Yes.
And when the queens come out, I'm like literally have like binoculars and like a telescope, and some of them have told stories that they walk out and I'm already there clocking them. But I pay attention to details. I worked for Ralph Lauren for a long time. Not everybody knows that. And I learned a lot about detail and quality, and the design is in the details, so I pay attention.
To travel, because you love the design and the detail, but you also love to travel.
Yes.
And that's a big part of that.
Yeah, all of my work. Yeah, there I am, world traveling around. Even from when I worked at Ralph Lauren to working in show business, I'm on a plane like every day of the week.
You take the best travel photos.
Come with me sometime, yeah. And I've done those all with a selfie stick.
You did? No.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not that good.
So you're gearing up for something special.
Yeah. May is Travel Advisor Appreciation Month. So we'll be celebrating that in Chicago next week.
Oh.
And
I lived in Chicago for 10 years.
I love Chicago.
The most beautiful city in the world. I'm just going to say it. It is. New York has its amazing, you walk into New York, it's like, wow, energy. Chicago looks like like a fairy tale almost.
Yeah, and they have that big giant bean that's all shiny,
Yeah, the
which I
Bean,
love.
Michigan Avenue,
love.
10 years. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, don't get me wrong, it's the coldest place on the planet as far as I'm concerned.
Winter's a little challenging.
But it is absolutely a city that everyone must see, I
Yeah,
feel. If you get a
it
chance
is lovely.
to. It's get a chance to.
It
So
is
what are you
lovely.
looking forward to in Chicago?
So I will just be, telling everybody about why they should use a travel advisor. They really make travel seamless and easy. And in this day of everything being digital and online, it's so great to be able to call somebody and talk to a human.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So there's lots of tips I can give you. I think they're all going to be on your website.
They're going to be on our website, and I know you have a special trip planned for one of our special guests. We have a big Mother's Day show later this month. Stay tuned because Carson, you're going to have something special for our Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's a big surprise, but
Okay.
it's going to be very fun.
All right, stay tuned for our Mother's Day. Look for Carson, all the travel advisor tips that you can have, and drooling over his Instagram. And in addition to that, season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars launches with 2 all-new episodes on May 9th, only on Paramount Plus. Season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race, available to stream right now. How do you have time to travel?
I'm just, I multitask.
Multitask. We'll be right back.